I welcome you to this YouTube channel Payback Hour. The path was empty. Midnight. A light wind brushing past my ears. Then rustling. I froze. My heart raced. And then whispers. Male voices. They were waiting for me in the dark. But by the time the night was over, they'd be the ones screaming. If you've ever dreamed of flipping the script on someone who tried to mess with you, you're going to love this one. Stick around because this goes from suspense to pure glorious payback. And hey, if you're into satisfying revenge stories, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The party was in full swing when it happened. Loud music, laughter spilling into the yard, people talking over each other, cups clinking. It was one of those cozy village gatherings in Germany. You know the kind. Everyone knows everyone, and you inevitably end up talking to your neighbor's cousin's friend within the first half hour. I'd been standing outside on the porch nursing a drink when I realized I was out of cigarettes. The station wasn't far, maybe a 500-meter walk along the bike path. I'd made that trip before, no big deal. I grabbed my jacket, told a couple friends I'd be right back. Someone joked, "Don't get lost," and I rolled my eyes. It was a straight shot. You'd have to be trying to get lost. When I stepped outside, the party noise faded fast. The air was cooler than I expected, crisp, with that faint smell of wet earth you get after a light rain earlier in the day. Streetlights were spaced out far apart, casting long pools of pale yellow light with deep shadows in between. On one side of the path, the main road. On the other, open fields, a scattering of trees, and then forest. The walk to the station was uneventful. I grabbed my cigarettes, exchanged a quick Newton act with the sleepy cashier, and headed back. That's when I heard it. Rustling. It came from about 30 meters ahead, just beyond a curve where the path disappeared into shadow. I stopped. The sound didn't stop. My first thought? Boar. This part of the village wasn't far from the woods, and boars were unpredictable. My mind flicked through what I knew. If you see one, don't run, but don't get close either. I stood there, straining to see in the dark. Then I heard it. Whispers. Followed by the sound of someone trying and failing to suppress laughter. Not a boar. Men. Every instinct told me this was wrong. Midnight. An empty path. Two male voices coming from the bushes just ahead, clearly hiding. I could feel my pulse in my ears. My breathing slowed. My feet stayed planted. What were my options? Run back to the station? Call someone from the party? Keep walking and hope it was nothing? Then one voice broke the quiet. Maybe she went a different way. My stomach dropped. They were waiting for me. Another voice replied, "There's just the one way, she'll be here any minute now." Recognition hit. These weren't strangers. These were two of my idiot friends from the party. Relief washed over me, but it was quickly replaced by something hotter. Rage. These guys thought it would be hilarious to jump out at me in the dark, on an empty path, and scare me half to death. I was about to step forward and let them have it when I heard one of them say, "Let's go around the bend and see if she's already heading towards us." And that's when my brain clicked into place. I slipped quietly off the bike path, into the bushes on the side. Not thick enough for perfect cover, but enough. I crouched low, forcing my breathing quiet, and scanned the ground until I found it. A thin, dry branch. The moon was hidden behind clouds, but the streetlights in the distance threw just enough light to catch pale skin and dark shapes. And I knew exactly how I looked. Pale ghost-like skin, jet black hair hanging loose around my face, nearly to my waist. If I played this right, I could flip the fear right back on them. I positioned myself just off the path, facing the direction they'd be coming from. My hair fell forward, covering most of my face. I waited. Footsteps. Closer. I saw their shadows first, long stretching toward me. Then their shapes emerged from the curve. Just as they were about to pass my hiding spot, I snapped the branch. Crack. Their heads whipped toward the sound. And there I was. Perfectly still. Pale. Eyes just barely visible under the curtain of hair. They screamed. Not startled yelps. Full-on horror movie, blood-curdling, high-pitched shrieks that I didn't think grown men were capable of. One of them even grabbed the other like a toddler clutching his mom's leg in a haunted house. I held the stare for just a beat longer before bursting into uncontrollable laughter. The fear on their faces quickly turned to anger. "What the hell, that's not funny," one of them shouted. I doubled over laughing, barely able to get the words out. What exactly were you planning to do hiding in the bushes at midnight, huh? They stammered, mumbled, tried to play it off. Eventually they admitted it. They were going to jump out and scare me for fun. We walked back together, but I was milking it. The second we got inside, I was telling everyone what happened. I even reenacted the scene, hunched over, hair hanging down, snapping a branch, while they sat in the corner, red-faced. The more I laughed, the more people joined in. Here's the thing. Sometimes the sweetest revenge isn't a big, complicated plan. Sometimes it's just being quick enough to grab the moment and turn it right back on them. And honestly, watching two grown men scream like children, absolutely worth it. If you enjoyed that little bit of instant karma, hit that like button and tell me, what's the best spur-of-the-moment revenge you've ever pulled off? And of course, subscribe the Payback Hour for more stories where the tables get turned in the most satisfying way possible.